going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's XP King here, and we have a Ghost of Tsushima patch, and it is patch 1.05, and we're going to be talking about what that consists of today. So if you do end up enjoying this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment also. It's July 27th, and Sucker Punch actually released this, and I saw it on Twitter, and here it is. So if you want to actually go and check this out, I will actually link this, and you can get it in the description of this video. So it says, later today, patch 1.05 for Ghost of Tsushima will be released, bringing new combat and text options. And I've already briefly read over this, and it's quite interesting actually, because I was talking to some guys who already play the game and have actually finished the game, and we were talking about difficulty and you know, New Game Plus already made the video on that, and if they would be adding an extra difficulty for those hardcore players, and that is just what they have done and will be doing when you actually receive the latest update. So the new difficulty is going to be called Lethal, and here we go. So enemy weapons are more deadly, but Jin's katana is also more deadly. So basically the enemies do more damage, you do more damage too. Enemies are more aggressive in combat, enemies detect you faster, and you have tighter parry and dodge windows. So for me, this is actually brilliant. I'm actually currently playing on a medium just to enjoy the story and stuff, and we'll talk about something else in this video. But lethal mode is for those hardcore players, those guys who are screaming out for more of a challenge. And hard mode for some players isn't actually hard, and that's what we've been hearing from a lot of people. I've spoke to some people about it, and they said that hard mode isn't enough of a challenge, and Sucker Punch responded brilliantly by adding this new lethal mode, and hopefully we get to see how hard lethal mode is, because it does look like it's going to be pretty hard. So yeah, basically for you hardcore players, you'll be able to play lethal mode and experience a more difficult experience of Ghost of Tsushima, and it's kind of like a New Game Plus. I mean, hopefully they do actually have a New Game Plus in the future, maybe when it ports to PS5, and we spoke about that already on the channel. But lethal mode will give players a more of an incentive now to go and replay the game. Maybe not straight away, maybe they will, but then they have that there, so they can't complain about there not being a challenge in Ghost of Tsushima, maybe the hard mode being too easy. You know, this will be their hardcore playthrough, if you will, and it does look like it's going to be pretty intense, and that's obviously evidently shown there with the tighter parry and dodge windows. Your timing's got to be probably impeccable, and it's quite hard actually to, you know, get every timing perfect, every parry perfect, and every dodge precise. Enemies detect you faster, so you know, encampments and you're trying to take down enemies using the ghost gameplay style is going to be a lot harder. Enemies are going to be a bit more alert, and then you've got the aggressiveness of the enemies. So when you are outnumbered 4 or 5 enemies all attacking you at once, dealing more damage, you know, it's going to be pretty overwhelming. You're going to have to be on your toes. Like I say, the dodge windows and the parry windows are smaller and tighter, so you're going to have to basically get everything perfect, it seems, and it'll be basically making the player use more of the arsenal that you have. So, you know, smoke bomb and utilising every bit of gear that you have accessible. So lethal mode, guys, that is exactly what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and we'll move on to the next part of the patch notes. So next up, for those casual players who may have found the game hard even on the normal settings and easy settings, this is a mode that can actually be accessed from the options menu, and it's lower intensity combat. So it reads, lower intensity mode is meant to maintain the heart and feel of Ghost of Tsushima combat while relaxing several timing specific elements. Combat is less intense, giving you more time to react. Stealth settings are more forgiving, and enemies take longer to detect you. So as I said, this is a nice thing for those casual players who just want to focus on the story and not worry about the stresses of combat. So what this will implement is, so normally there are a lot of unblockable attacks until you get certain techniques, and you're going to be able to block most of those now. Basically, when this mode is enabled, blocking with L1 also will keep you safe from more attacks. You can't just hold L1 normally for a long duration, and eventually the enemies will break through, but in low intensity mode you'll be able to just basically hold it. Of course, you've got to be careful with some attacks that you still have to dodge. It specifies that there. Also, Enemies break off their attack combos after damaging you, so this will give you a chance to heal if you have resolve available. So basically being able to recover whilst in a fight against a few enemies means you've got more chance of surviving the next attack because you'll be able to heal. So in addition to this, your heavy attacks will interrupt attacks from brutes, giving you another way to stop their combos because they can be quite lethal. They have a lot of attacks that are unblockable, and they don't just attack once. Normally they do a couple of attacks and then they will do another one, so they do like 3, and obviously being able to interrupt that is going to be vital when you're fighting multiple enemies. And then we have enemies will not attack you whilst you're using your resolve to heal, another key factor to surviving. And obviously this is what this mode is meant for. This, you know, it's meant for people who just want to enjoy the game. So it's basically a very easy mode if you want to interpret it that way. And enemies awareness builds more slowly, so you'll be able to recover when you are spotted, so that'll make taking down encampments easier. And yeah, so if you want to play the game on an easier difficulty basically, then this is probably a setting that you'll want to switch on just to enjoy the story, and you'll feel like a proper samurai because you won't actually have any challenge. And then unfortunately this is the end. We've got text changes, not very exciting, but if you wanted to know about this large text option, increase the text size of the subtitles, mission objective and interact prompts by 150% when enabled. Okay, I mean that's pretty it's good that they've actually done that and adjusted that. Added an option to turn speaker name off when subtitles are enabled, and new subtitle text color options. In addition to white, you get yellow, blue, red and green, and it will also include additional bug fixes. I think I encountered one last stream and I killed a Mongol and he actually flew into the air, and yeah, it's kind of strange, but hopefully some of those bugs are fixed. I haven't actually encountered too many, unlike an exclusive that was released days gone. That was very, very buggy on release. And then the setting that you'll be able to put on there, the lower intensity combat, to make your playthrough easier if you are struggling even on the normal difficulties. So that's quite an interesting talking point, and I want to hear your guys' opinion, because this could bring more players to the game, both those who want, you know, challenge the hardcore players, and then the guys who are casual, who just want to enjoy the story, because the game was meant to be challenging, but also at the same time they wanted everyone to be able to play it, and I think this is why this has been added. So fair play to Sucker Punch. Big shout out to those guys there for making this update. Let me know your guys' thoughts. That's going to end this video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and of course I'll see you in the next video. Peace.